Hey everyone, welcome back to the Pokemon Casino. Happy Friday, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going over some special Japanese Pikachu card prices. Thanks for tuning in. But before we get into it, remember if you are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, and leave me a comment. It goes a long way to help me have others watch this video as well, and hopefully you guys get something out of it. With the announcement from Pokemon that Ash and his sidekick Pikachu will be exiting the animated series, it sort of made waves throughout the Pokemon universe, and the card market was not isolated for that. We looked at some of these cards a few months ago in August at their raw prices. Today we're going to be going over how they're trading in their PSA 10 graded. I think it's going to be better over time as we compare it, just to see how these prices move and just give a fair reflection in case there's any differences in the raw card prices. But let's get into it. First set up is probably one of my favorites and absolutely some of the grails. These two cards are absolutely two that I would like to add to my collection in a PSA 10. But as you can see right now, for Mario Pikachu, and unfortunately for the Luigi discounted Pikachu, it's still at a pretty hefty price. So in August, the raw card was $1,700. PSA 10 right now is going for $3,700 for Mario, and Luigi's not too far off at $3,000. So I know we don't have the PSA 10 prices as of August, but I do believe these have been going up pretty strong just because of the announcement that Pikachu's not going to be one of the main characters anymore. So for the pair, $6,700. That will definitely leave a dent in your wallet. But then there's also the other two cards that go along with this set. We got the smaller holo versions of it, of Mario, Pikachu, and Luigi. But smaller does not mean that's small of a price. The Mario Pikachu PSA 10 is going for $1,500. And there's always going to be that Luigi discount, unfortunately. Too bad for the sidekick or the brother. We've got him clocking in at $1,000 for the PSA 10. I think in the future, as we continue doing the series and do sort of like updates over the year on how these are moving, the PSA 10 price movement will be pretty interesting to see over time how this has grown or decreased. But if you're looking to buy this entire set, it's going to set you back probably $8,000 to $9,000 right now for a full PSA 10 series of the 4. So definitely a lot of months of rent over there. But definitely this is on my eye. We'll see if we can get any of these for cheap. But even though it is a target for this year, doesn't mean we might have to. Doesn't mean we're going to get it. But it'll definitely be nice if we could just add a one or two of them, I think, into the collection. Unfortunately, in this series, there's a lot that I would want just because I grew up with Pikachu. I'm sure many of you did as well, so we all want these as part of our collection. But not to be outdone by Mario, there's still some other really sought after or beautiful Pikachu cards as well. We got the Sword and Shield promo, the 001 SP. It's going for a really pretty penny actually. $300 right now for the PSA 10 variant of it. In August, it was going for $141. And so this is basically part of the Shield figure collection for May in 2020 when Sword and Shield was released. And it also has a nice 3 starters in it, which is really nice. This is definitely one that I need to pick up as well for my collection. I think that's going to be an ongoing theme throughout this video on many of these cards I don't have, and I would like to add them to it. And next, we got up the newest game promo. We got the Scarlet and Violet promo 001 SVP. This card was obtainable if you had pre-ordered the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet game Japanese version in Japan. So you got it along with the game on November the 18th, 2022 upon the actual release of the Switch game. So this raw copy I know is going for around probably $20 to $30 right now. It was free with the game, so with the game probably costs around $60 to get half of your money back if you sell it. So it's not too bad. And if you PSA 10 grade it, which I actually think a lot of them are in great quality to do so, you're looking at a nice $170. And if we're comparing it to the Sword and Shield one, you're looking at potential for it to raise by almost double from this price. I think this is a great looking card with us Bergerito and everyone in it, all the 3 starters as well. Just great artwork in here. Probably the last or one of the last Pokemon games with Pikachu as one of the mascots here, but we'll see how they advertise it and promote it in the future. But going on with more promo cards, we got one of my favorite ones that was released, the black and white promo. What a beauty. This is the 15th anniversary premium card set. August 2022, $961. PSA 10 is going for a chunky $2,000 right now. I think this one just looks great with its sort of 3D animation. This is also one of my targets to get to my collection as well. But wow, this one is also, it doesn't seem to be very liquid. I don't know how much supply is there on this card, so it does seem pretty hard to get in terms of sales, but I guess the market for it is also not that big, being at that pretty hefty price tag. Next up is one that I do have actually that I managed to pick up a while back. Not a while back, but actually a year, exactly almost a year. So Pikachu Munch 288. This was given out as part of the Munch exhibits in Tokyo between 2018 and 2019. In August 2022, the raw price of this was $1,100. Most recently, the PSA 10 copy is going for $2,000. And I remember when I got this a year ago, it was going for about, I want to say $1,600, $1,700, something like that. I think that's what I picked it up for. So pretty nice 20-25% gain since then. Really interesting artwork being from the Munch run. Watch my previous video on the Munch cards as well if you're interested to learn more about them. But next up for promos, also one raw card that I have, the Pikachu male, which is based off of a very historical and very well-known Japanese artwork. Watch my other Pikachu video as well. I'll link that here. August 2022, the raw was going for $246. PSA 10, most recently, going for $400. And I think this is such a beautiful card. I sent off 2, I think, over the PSA to get graded recently, hoping those come back as a 10. Japanese printing quality is really good on these, so I'm fingers crossed there's a high chance on that. Also, I think I have a raw set as well. That it comes with another raw set, the Cramorant. So hopefully that will come back really nice, but I think this is a great card. But going for $400, it's a bit more obtainable than some of the others, I feel. And talking about obtainable or affordable, the Pikachu Unagaba promo from last year only. So you got this if you bought some of the Nagaba gear from either Nagaba store, I believe, or one of the merchandise. You got some shirts or bought something from the Pokemon Center, then you would sort of be gifted this card. August 2022, this card was not expensive, $13. And to be honest, I still think that this card is still not too expensive and far off, because you can see the PSA 10 copy is only $90. So I definitely think this is within the grasp. I sent a bunch of these to get graded as well. I bought a bunch of Unagaba shirts actually, which I actually love wearing. I just made the mistake of accidentally washing and then dry cleaning them, and then they shrunk. So those small ones got to my wife as a gift. Really sad that I don't have those shirts to wear myself anymore. But this is definitely one I hope to get back in PSA 10 to add to my collection, but hopefully won't have to buy it, and I'll just get it back from PSA in that nice gem mint slab. But next, wow, what a card. We got the Pikachu Master Battle that came in the Master Battle set in early 2019. It also came with the Friends of Aloha, I think it was. So this one, the raw card is going for $674. PSA 10, $1,000. So even if this card raw price has increased a bit, it doesn't seem to be has moved too much, which is great because I want this one in my collection as well. Though it's not a priority as compared to some of the others, but a really nice card. And it's sort of related to this one, and I put the one of the newest Pikachu Precious promos here. Precious because it already costs so much, just a reflection of how the Pikachu Master Battle card has traded. This raw card, ignore that price. It was not $1,111 August because it wasn't even out yet. But the PSA 10 price, as of most recent, is $800. And you can get this as part of the Precious Collector box from Pokemon Center directly. It was a made-to-order product, and I think it only costs around $100, $120. US at that time for the box and all the peripherals that came with it. So massive price impact from there, a price increase. I do know that a number of these cards probably weren't printed as well, so it's positioned really nice within the box. But then I know that from some others, that there's some edging and wearing and just wasn't cut as clean. But hopefully the ones that I do get, or the ones that I have 2 boxes, are sort of clean cut, and I'll get them back in a PSA 10 when I get them graded. And that's to be done later on this year, hopefully. But going on with some of the most popular, I think, Japanese Pikachu cards. These were special gift boxes at the Pokemon Center that were readily available back in the day. You could walk into Pokemon Center in 2016 and just pick these up off the shelf. Crazy, I know. Because August, this was a $900 to $1,000 card for the Charizard Ponchos. PSA 10, most recently, $2,600 for Charizard, $2,500 for Mega Charizard, which is the Mega Charizard X, which I think is crazy. Definitely, if you got these, I think it was only for less than $100 US when you got these boxes. To have this, to be able to grade it, and a lot of them are graded really nice as well, or printed really nice. So really nice increase in price there. Absolutely want this part of my collection, but price tag is a bit far for me at this moment. And talking about other cards that are sort of out of range for me, we also got the Rayquaza Poncho duo here as well. So they're also around the same raw price as the Charizard's $900 to $1,000 in August. But the PSA 10 prices are actually a bit different. So $1,600 to $1,900. Obviously the shiny Rayquaza is more expensive because it's a shiny. But this is cheaper than Charizard because of the Charizard effect, I suppose. But these are definitely ones that I want. Rayquaza is one of my favorite Pokemon. So definitely these are high on my list to get, but I think I like Mario and some other ones a bit more. Let me know what you guys think. And then what we got next are the other Poncho cards here. We got the Magikarp and the Gyarados. So out of those 6, these ones are the cheaper ones, but when I say cheaper, it doesn't mean much when we're talking about prices like this. They're also around $750 raw prices in August. And now I think they've probably gone up just because of scarcity value, and you're looking at PSA 10 prices of $1,600 for the pair that is most recently transacted on eBay. And if we're comparing these to the Rayquaza, it's around the same price. There's no shiny Gyarados one, so also same price. I'm sure if there was, it'd be around the same as shiny Rayquaza. And now for our last 2 cards, we're looking at Pikachu Team Skull, another sort of dress-up Pikachu, or one that he has different uniform on. August is $500, is cheaper here as part of the Grunt Pikachu box that was released in 2016 as well. PSA 10 copy, still gonna charge you a hefty $1,500 if you wanted this one. So this one is not really on my list to get, to be honest, just because it's not dressed up as a Pokemon and just as a Team Grunt. So I wouldn't be too sad if I don't have this as part of my set. But talking about Red's Pikachu, the last one that we're going to be going over on this week's price check, Red's Pikachu, we've got it going for only $30 in August. I don't think it's moved much then because, as you can see, the PSA 10 price is only $100, and I do have this. I graded it myself, so no need to add it. See, a lot of the cheaper cards I have as part of my collection because I managed to buy the raw and get it graded. Luckily, great Japanese printing quality. I got them back as PSA 10. But I guess you can see this is the one that I do have. There's a lot more that I do want. This ends the video. Thanks so much for watching, tuning in. Hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully as we do this series, you're going to see some of the price trends and movements over time. I think that'll be really interesting to share with you all. If you're going to be opening up packs, wish you the best RNG and luck. Until the next one, bye-bye.